Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Oh, Tim's faking it.
Why are you faking it?
I don't have beer tonight.
What you got?
Vodka, Sprite.
Cheers.
Oh, I got vodka Sprite too. In my
Oh,
State of
y'all
Atlanta mug.
fancy. I'm the only one that's not.
No,
But
I'm.
Yeah, David is our he's like our transition. He's got everything. So like I've got beer and you've got vodka Sprite and David has beer and vodka Sprite.
Also in State of Atlanta branded koozie and drinking mug. So I'm
I don't
I'm
have
feeling it.
those.
Just go
Sorry.
to stateofatlanta.com/merch. I don't know.
And you
if
can
that's
buy a maybe not.
You can buy some of this stuff. You go to
Some of the stuff,
stateofatlanta.com and then click merch. I don't
You
think
can get
/merch
cooler
works.
merch than a koozie. How about that?
Yeah, that's true.
It's merch.stateofatlanta.com or go to
Shit.
stateofatlanta.com and click
All right.
and click the button.
But look at
Anyhow,
me
all
go.
right. So
I tried.
we are obviously a little bit warmer than we normally are coming onto one of these episodes because Tim and I went to the basketball game against Mercer tonight. Ryan was being a responsible adult and stayed home and watched the game, or at least watched part of the game.
I
He was
watched
following the
overtime.
Gamecast.
I watched overtime.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to
Man.
more of it, but the sound wasn't working, and
Oh,
so
no, really?
even though I couldn't have it on, I figured I could have it on, and then it was like nothing. So I turned it off for a long time until I could watch it.
Not even the
Did you
radio?
listen to-
Come on.
Pull up 88.5, listen to Dave.
I did not.
He's the best part of
Mm.
Georgia State athletics outside of the
He
band.
really is.
Outside of the band.
I agree. I can't
would
tell you
rather
guys
listen-
how much it meant to me to get a text from Dave with my yard sign in his yard, and I was just like, "This is
Well,
the coolest
Dave-
thing that's ever happened to me."
Dave told his wife before Ron Hunter joined Georgia State athletics. Dave told his wife that he may go down in the NCAA record books for calling the most losses for any team in NCAA history. And so I think him putting your yard sign in his yard is another loss in his book. We can just go ahead and add that to the record right there.
Oh man,
Just add right on top, huh?
Some of us just have a thing for the underdogs, you know.
If you root for Georgia State, you root for the underdog.
That's right.
Pretty often.
Yeah, because if you root for Georgia State and when we're playing a team that Georgia State's actually favored in, that other team wins. So you're still rooting for the underdog because that other team was the winner of the game. That's the way it happens, right? That makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll talk about football later. We're coming fresh out of a basketball game. We've got the Tech game that happened on Saturday. We've got the game that happened tonight against Mercer. Big win, and then we have 3 basketball games coming up over the weekend with our first multi-team event we've hosted since I don't know when. First one in the Convocation
Ever?
Center, obviously. I mean, I'm sure we've hosted something before, right? I don't know. I make that up. Maybe I think we did. I think I looked it up. We did. Anyhow, what do you think, Tim, about this basketball team? We played Georgia Tech on Saturday, and I kind of thought we were going to lose that game handedly, and somehow we stayed in it. Actually led for a majority of the game, and still found a way to GSU it and lose that game. How are you feeling about the basketball team before tonight's overtime win?
Well, before tonight's win, I thought, wow, we competed with Georgia Tech and shot horribly all around.
A bad ACC team.
We hung with a bad ACC team. Coming into tonight's game, I thought, I really feel like this is going to be a really long season. And coming out of tonight's game, I really feel like it's going to be a really long season for the Panthers.
Yeah,
with some flashes and some glimmers of hope. Which, hey, that's all we hang on to at Georgia State, right?
After the exhibition game and the Coastal Georgia game, I was all about. Ryan just walked up and left. He's like, "I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about basketball this much."
Apparently,
and yeah, I was a little harsh on the basketball team. I was feeling pretty bad about the basketball program after the Georgia Tech loss. But that was pretty drunk that night too. I mean, it's a long day.
Maybe you were drunk.
That was a long day. It was a long day. But after this Mercer win, and I think whether we had won or lost this game, the way we played, this, I think we are seeing improvement. I think we're seeing what Coach Hayes is trying to put together. It's gotten better, one way or the other. It's gotten better every game. So we got to figure out a way to shoot the ball. Like I think we shot relatively well tonight. They played pretty rough. It's a pretty tough game. These guys, I felt like
It was physical.
I kept on looking at the fouls, and I was surprised by how few they recorded. And I'm pretty sure they missed them on the scoreboard, because I remember looking up, and Mercer had 10 fouls. This is before the end of the first half, and I looked up like a couple of fouls later, and it was still 10. Like they weren't even counting all of them. There was a lot of fouls. It was a very physical game tonight. I got thank you to one of our patrons, Ashley, who gave me courtside tickets tonight. I was sitting out there right on the corner, in the court, and it's a different experience. I've sat courtside at sports arena with those little tables and stuff in front of you, and you're a little taken a little away from it, but like I literally could feel the guys catching the ball. Like it was a way more intense game.
You can feel the sweat.
Well, then also we had the
splash your
band.
face.
They do.
No, I didn't have that, but the band is like right there. It's like blaring in one of your ears. I told Ashley, I was like, I just need one earplug for this side, because the band is just going crazy right in here. But it was a
caught a
experience.
pass.
Oh, did you catch one? Nice.
It came right to me. I'm like, I have my beer in my hand. What do you do? I put my beer down on the seat.
Were you courtside too?
Yes. DJ. Thank you, DJ. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Some guy just gave us tickets to sit down on courtside. Thank you, random person.
It was JD.
I appreciate it.
It was JD. It was
JD. That's right.
From Scrubs. It was JD from Scrubs. Turk couldn't make it tonight, so he got Tim down there. No, it was. I think we are seeing improvement. I think this multi-team event we have coming up with East Kentucky, UNC Asheville, and Texas A&M Commerce. I think it's a good test. I think this is a
couple practice games.
Test. I think so, because this is something that I think was put together so that we would look well in our new convocation center and win the whole thing. And I think after the few games we've had, and even as down as I was, I think that we could win this thing. We could win all three of our games. We should win all three of our games and feel pretty good about ourselves coming out of there. I'm feeling a lot more optimistic about this team after watching the game tonight. So
I think we're going to be a scrappy team this year. We're going to have to definitely cut down on the fouls. We can't keep fouling in the 20s every single game and expect to win.
I want to talk about that Ivan Drago guy on Mercer, number 32. That like 18-foot dude. Like I don't know. I was trying to figure out who he looks more like. Does he look like Ivan Drago after the fight with Rocky, or does he look like the love child of Ivan Drago and Sloth from Goonies? Because he's definitely got the build for he has the build for Ivan Drago, but he had the face for Sloth for sure. So, and he does not know how to play basketball. He knows how to play basketball better than I do.
Basketball is not his first language. That is
he does not know how to play does not know how to play Division I college basketball. He was just that big, huge human being, that flesh mountain, to stand in the middle of the court and just like have players run into him. And he got a few points. Yeah, he got a few points in there, but I was actually kind of surprised they didn't like just toss to him in the middle court and let him just like place the ball below his head into the basket. He did it a couple of times. I'm surprised it wasn't a more of a regular play, but that guy was just. I was standing behind him at the national anthem, and I was like, "Look at this guy. He's the biggest thing in this entire stadium. He was huge. And he's a freshman."
If we had a scoreboard, he might touch it.
Exactly.
Actually, I mean, I know he was interesting. I was more interested in Hurtado, their point guard.
Okay.
He was their scoring leader. He had 24, and he was kind of jawing at the crowd a little bit towards the end of the half.
Well, that's what Drago was doing. Drago was jawing at the refs, and that's what Ashley was telling me next week. She was like, "Yeah, get the refs on your side by yelling at them immediately." Yeah, that Mercer team is probably pretty good. I guess they feel like this is a game they were supposed to win. Whatever, they lost.
Did they beat anyone this year? And so far,
I mean, I don't know. I didn't. I literally did
I'll look it
zero
up.
prep for
Now they
this.
beat
Zero.
Milligan, wherever that is.
I knew a guy named
where
Dan
the
Milligan.
hell is
Maybe
that
Dan.
like Gilligan? Yeah, I don't know. Milligan
Is that they only had one
college,
game?
high school? Yeah, they only won one. They lost to East Carolina and they lost to us. Ooh, they lost by 2 to both teams. Wow.
Oh, they took us to overtime though, so I guess that's their signature loss.
I guess. I mean,
all right, Ryan.
Hey, hats off to the Panthers for pulling that one out. Honestly, like it looked a little grim there for a second in the end of the second half. We were scrappy.
Yeah,
we just fought our way back into it, and instead of like Georgia Tech, where we kind of faded and didn't have a chance to win the game, we actually contained them for the most part, forced them to the line, and Horchado missed his free throw, and they didn't win. They had to go to overtime.
We got down by 8 points, and then we went on an 8-point run to tie it up. Ryan, talk about basketball.
What do you think?
I don't have a lot to say about basketball. I had a really good time at the Georgia Tech game. The experience was one of those electric ones that I came to really appreciate in the Ron Hunter era, where it was just like everybody was super hyped. And by the end of it, like I honestly, like we lost and I walked out of there happy because of like the way that it made me feel. I just felt really good throughout that whole game. And like the students like showed up and were loud and obnoxious and awesome. And the cheers were great. And the band was awesome, and like every bit of that game was just like electric, and it's like what you want every single game to be. And I think we did a good job with it. So as a non-basketball fan, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an experience, and you can't get it every time. So, but
it was not.
It was great.
It was not packed. Not unexpectedly, it was not as packed tonight as it was on Saturday. But the band still, man, the band they probably took it up from what I don't know. I don't know if it was I just couldn't hear them as well from the sports arena from the other side. Even though we were only like 15 feet away because it was so tight in that sports arena. But being right next to them tonight, they just lit it up. They were taunting the entire time. It didn't matter where the ball was, who had the ball. They had something for everybody. It was exciting, but they do a great job. It just wasn't as packed. It did fill in a little bit as we get closer to the halftime, but
so
it wasn't.
I noticed that on the cameras, but I also noticed that the student section did still look pretty full. It didn't look like as sardine packed as it did for the Georgia Tech game, but it still looked like they filled that section up pretty good. I don't know about like the upper little area there. It didn't look like the upper deck had anybody in there, but the upper section of the students where like people were standing for Georgia Tech, it didn't look like I don't know if anyone was there or not, but I don't know.
There was a handful there. Yeah,
seemed well attended by students. Still,
there was one. Where's Waldo in the very top of the upper deck, the very top row,
literally dressed like that.
No, but they look. Everyone's like, "Who's that up there?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Waldo." Like all the way at the top, like as far as you could go.
There was my favorite student that I saw today there was a woman wearing a purple shirt, purple sweatshirt with gold Taco Bell on it, and I was like, "That's my person. That's my people right there." I'm a drunk Taco Bell fan, and she was speaking my language tonight. I don't know why she decided wearing Taco Bell to a Georgia State game, but I was like, you know what, lady, you're right. Taco Bell sounds really good right now. So
doesn't sound good right now. Hey, hats off to the students that are making the posters. I will fully fund their supplies and or beer if they continue to come to games and make awesome posters, including the Sex Panther poster, which
the Sex Panther.
I don't know how they got that in through security. Oh, we don't have security. That's why. I was like, I don't know what to make of that.
It was I think maybe they try to take it to this was just a panther in a bikini, right? And now we just try to see how far they can push the Sex Panther to get it up there, how raunchy we can get it. maybe that needs to be our rating level for something. Our Sex Panther rating level. Like, is this just a bikini level, or is this like a topless level? Is this I don't know. Find some ranking level of Sex Panther. I like it.
So if that student listens to this podcast, DM us. One of us, me, will give you money to continue all these posters.
Feel free to message all of us, but Tim's the one that will give you money. He's the
he's
bank.
the one who offered you money. I don't have money
Sex
for that.
Panther voice. The Sex Panther money, the bank right there. So.
Sex Panther Bank. Hey, y'all, sex work is work.
So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the basketball team. I don't know what else we can talk about it, but I'm feeling good about it. This is good. We'll see how we come out of this multi-team event against some very much lower level programs. I guess UNC Asheville's probably pretty good, right? And Eastern Kentucky's pretty good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not high mid-major teams, but they should be at our level. They should be good games, winnable games for us this weekend.
I mean, how many people are going to make it out to 3 games in one weekend? I was talking at our little tiny tailgate we had before the game tonight. I mean, that's a lot. 3 games in 3 days. Friday night, Saturday afternoon. I think it's Sunday late afternoon. Maybe it's Sunday early morning. I can't remember the time. I'm only going to make one. I'm going to be on there on Friday. I've got alternating conflicting event on Saturday, and then another conflicting event on Sunday. But are you guys gonna make it out to all 3?
I think so. That's what I'm planning on.
I'm Friday for sure. Saturday I have a conflict, and definitely on Sunday. I don't think I have anything on Sunday, so there's no reason to skip Sunday.
I was a little
the grand finale.
The grand finale. I was a little bummed out trying to get there to tailgate for the game because I guess that corner section of was it Fulton and Hank Aaron where the Olympic rings are, that section of the blue lot is owned by Carter. It's not owned by Georgia State, so we're not allowed to tailgate in there.
I know.
So we backed up way back by the blue wall between those 2 grassy island areas, and we hung out there. But it's a decent. I mean, it's not that big of a walk. It's probably the same walk as it was going down 8 flights of stairs and over across the sports arena. But it's kind of a bummer. It'd be kind of cool for games if actually had some tents set up like we're out there outside of the Convocation Center, tailgating, having a good time. It sucks we can't be out there. I think that Georgia State needs to find a way to get those lots open for tailgating. I parked there originally tonight, and I got asked to leave.
Oh, really? They told you to move your car?
Yeah.
What about tailgating on the other side of the entry, right where the wall is? That'd be kind of a cool spot too. If we can keep that roped off for us.
Yeah, they need to find a way to embrace tailgating for basketball games. Like, encourage that, make it a thing. Because part of the whole experience of this whole deal is having fun and coming out. And like Ryan, like I know part of football for you is the tailgate. Like the tailgate is just as important as going in there and watching the game.
Most important. More important.
Most important. More important.
Yep.
More important.
Yep.
All right. Yes.
Yep. Tailgate's great. I'm still trying to get the chili out of my slow cooker. So
Oh, I cleaned my slow cooker out big time. I ate the rest of what was left, and it's clean and ready for batch number 2. There's a Atlanta chili cook-off this Saturday, but it's like they require 7 to 10 gallons to compete. Jeez. And I'm like, I don't know.
Ooh, it's a lot of chili.
Let's do it.
Oh wait, so Michael Hall, we're getting insider information. Michael Hall says it's owned by Georgia State, that corner section, but rented to Carter during construction. Okay.
Construction of what?
It's an ADA lot. It's an ADA lot right now. Like there's a big sign that says ADA entrance, and I guess when you pull in a white minivan, they're like, "Yeah, this guy probably has problems, so we'll allow it." And then when some able-bodied people walked in, they said, "No, you guys can't be here. You can't tailgate here." Oh well.
I thought it'd be cool. We could use that lot, park in the corner, and like tailgate underneath the cauldron.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was my whole thought. Was like be right there next to the cauldron, set up some blue tents, have a good time. It'd be great. But yeah, whatever. They also need to build a walkway, a street walk from the entrance into the stadium, because there's I didn't realize this until tonight, but there's a gate 1 entrance to Convocation Center is like right there down off of Fulton Street, across from the drive entrance to the Blue Lot, very far away from the Hank Aaron intersection. So you have your gate 1 is your high dollar people. These are your courtside seat people. These are your pack suite people. These are your people that pay that a lot of money together. But legally, they've got to walk all the way down Blue Lot up to Hank Aaron, cross over Fulton, and then come back down across the entire length of Convocation Center. Just APD or City of Atlanta, put a walkway right there. There's absolutely no reason why, and they already have cops there directing traffic. So
Right.
Yeah.
Put it in.
And when they let the game out, they closed that whole street down and let
when the game was out, the cops were out there and like everyone just crossing willy nilly. It was fine when the game was going out.
The streets closed for that like 15 minutes of like people just like flooding out of there, which is I mean that sucks for everybody that's driving, but before the game, you could at least have like a crossing guard right there, make it a crossing.
To everybody that was complaining about the street being closed down when the game was over, why don't you have season tickets to Georgia State basketball? You should have been inside of that Convocation Center already.
I don't even care if they complain. Screw them. I almost did it.
That was the worst. No. The exit out of that Tech game.
Oh my god,
was the worst ever.
Yeah, I
sat in my car for like 20 minutes.
I was totally drunk when I got in my car to leave, but I was sober by the time I got out of that parking lot.
I'm
sure. Kidding. That's a joke. I was still.
You slept in your car, obviously. Sure.
Obviously, yeah. I was sober when I got out of the parking lot because I slept the entire night. Yes.
There you go. That was a complete shit show getting out of there on Saturday.
It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Right,
eventually, I just parked my car.
Will be returned to Georgia State when development on east side of Hank Aaron is done. There is a plaza directly under the torch that is not Carter controlled.
All right, that's our plaza.
All right, yeah, that's the State of Atlanta Plaza right there. We're taking it over.
We're gonna put up the State of Atlanta thing on the torch.
we're gonna cover the rings. We just put State of Atlanta right over it.
State of Atlanta. Yeah, fair.
I like it.
So there was a conversation on Panther Talk, or I say a conversation. There was a very, very, very brief there and back on, or post there and back on Panther Talk about. There's some people talk about how should we change the name of the university to University of Atlanta or Atlanta University or whatever, and I'm like, that's stupid. Like if the name was Central Georgia State University or something like that, then yeah, that's horrible. But having state name State University is like one of the top 3 names you can have for a university as far as just like reputation wise goes, and then having the city name comes in behind it. And then I started thinking, what if they wanted to do Atlanta State University or State of Atlanta University? I could get on board.
Come drink beer. That's your degree.
State of Atlanta University. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think I would be on board with changing the name of Georgia State to State of Atlanta.
We only give out one degree: beer drinking. That's it.
Yeah. Beer drinking, or like we'd have a journalism program that would be the worst in the nation. Or whatever this thing we do, podcasting, whatever.
Podcast.
All right. Off topic there. All right. I think we killed basketball. Let's kill football. Like literally, let's kill football program because we suck at football, and this department should never coach another football game ever again. Tell me I'm wrong, Ryan.
You're wrong.
Okay, Tim. Why am I not wrong?
Oh, I just did what I was told. I don't know, man.
You're wrong. They should still coach. They have 2 more games to prove it.
All right, what happens if we lose these next 2 games? How bad do we have to lose these 2 games for you to think that this coaching staff is done?
With all the
wait,
talent we
you're not wrong.
returned, if we go 4-8, there should be a really long thought about the future of the coaching staff.
So I don't know how it works. Obviously the head coach, so Coach Elliott decides on who his staff is. Can Cobb tell him to fire people? Can he say DC is out, OC is out, whoever is out? Is that something he can do?
He can encourage, I would think. I don't think he can tell them. It's his
Yeah,
staff, right?
I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen, but I don't care what happens. I don't care if we win these next two games 60-0 and get bowl eligible. Something's got to change. We can't be this second half team that plays like absolute garbage for the first 6 games of the season and then wins 4 of 6 or 5 goes 5-1 or whatever it is at the end of the season to get bowl eligible and redeem the season. Something's got to change. Go ahead,
Even if
Ryan.
we're bowl eligible, we're only bare minimum bowl eligible. I mean, it is literally the least we could do, right? I mean, we can only get 6 wins. I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually gone to look, but somebody told
6
me
wins.
that.
Yes.
And it's at some point you gotta, it's like Mark Richt, right? When I was a Georgia fan, it was like Mark Richt, right? He did really well for the program every time. People were like, oh, you get 10 wins. 10 wins is what you can count on, right? If you could count on 6 to 7 wins for Coach Elliott, it's something that is better than we've ever had. That doesn't mean it's where we should settle. And it feels like that's where we're at. And that's what we can expect year in and year out. And that we just need to move on. We need an upgrade. And maybe he needs to move on too. Maybe he needs to freshen up his steps somewhere else. I don't know. Like that's necessary sometimes. So no knock on him necessarily, but like I think he's hit his ceiling here, and it's like a very tenuous 6 to 7 wins a season.
So just enough isn't enough anymore, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
I want 10 wins now.
Yeah, no,
you want Rick.
I want Rick, damn it.
We'd all be ecstatic with 10 wins. Are you kidding?
That's right.
What is Rick doing anymore? Is he just like living off his Miami retirement down in South Florida? No, I would kill for that. I wouldn't kill for it, but I would no, maybe I'd kill my children for it because I would kill them in general.
Jeez, it got worse. Not better.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't kill my children. My wife would kill me if I did that, and I love my life too much for that. No, I agree. This Coach Elliott, just like Trent Miles was not the coach of the future for Georgia State, but he was what we needed at that time to fix that roster and get us from an absolute worst team in college football up to a team that was now a bowl team. And then Coach Elliott was able to take that FCS plus team and turn it into a legit mediocre a G5 team and got us multiple bowl games, multiple bowl wins, beating our rival, getting, averaging, with the exception of that one horrible year, averaging these 6-7 win seasons. But what has he done to show that he's better than that? We lost to Charlotte, who we were a 20.5 point favorite to. We lost to Monroe, who we were a 13.5, 16.5 point favorite to. I get it. These types of losses happen all the time.
We got 2 of them.
2 of them the same season within a few weeks of each other. Well, I'd say a few weeks, probably several
the
weeks.
ULM thing. I mean, we're in that game. We're clearly
we're fine
outperforming them throughout the entire game, and yet
special teams. We complain about special teams for Elliott's entire tenure at Georgia State. He hires a special team coordinator. How many games this season has special teams lost us? We've gotten worse at special teams.
Worse
with the coordinator,
for sure.
Do we fire that guy? We fire that guy?
You could replace him. Why
I'm
not?
surprised he's not already fired. But my understanding is he was not a special teams. He doesn't have a special teams background. He has some other coaching position background.
Nobody
and
has
just,
a special team. Nobody has a special teams background.
He's on the coaching tree, and he's just it's a buddy thing. And I'm like, well, that's a lot of money to be spending on like a buddy. And that's my interpretation. So maybe I'm not right. And like, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever out there knows more than me, but like, it feels a lot like
everyone.
A buddy thing. I don't know. That's fine. I feel like that's a strong statement to make with lack of understanding of what's going on. But like, but I do know that he has no background in it. So the thing that I'm left with is that it's sort of a buddy thing. And we spent a lot of money on this program.
Less coaching is better when it comes to special teams with the staff with the talent we have. Our talent is so good, they're just better at it if they don't have somebody telling them what to do.
Ooh, yeah. Michael Hall throwing some shade out there.
Man, Michael's just all about it tonight. Charlotte making the money moves, getting the University of Michigan guy? Yeah, it's the OC, right? Meanwhile, we get the Wofford All-Star team.
Ouch. But also true, but ouch.
Oh no, that's what happens when you're in the American Conference. You can reach
throw
for those
some dollars out.
Yeah, you can get that. Way to go, Charlotte. Thanks for making that move to the American, where Georgia State turned it down because we were better off losing to Monroe. Better off losing to Monroe.
So, Ryan, we would be better if we put you in charge of special teams. You just say, hey, guys, go out there, do your thing.
I'd just be drunk on the sidelines. It's fine.
Go out there, kick the ball. Punt it.
I mean, I did it. Ugh, you got me.
But make sure you fair catch everything.
I would. Kickoffs are fair caught if I'm special teams coordinator because I don't know how coverages work.
No, I don't think any of us, the three of us, or anyone complaining about the special teams things, could necessarily coach better than what's his face, Diffenschmitz, that's coaching it now.
Dippin' dots. What are we saying here? What was that? Dippin' shits.
But it can't get any worse. I mean, what the hell is going on? No, my kid's been watching a lot of Phineas and Ferb, and the bad guy's Doofenshmirtz is his last name.
Oh, I must make Tim spit his beer.
Doofenshmirtz.
Tim, you almost did a spit take. That would have been amazing.
I know. It was close.
So we've got James Madison this weekend up in wherever Virginia they are.
Are we favored?
No, I don't think we are.
No, I can't imagine. I don't know why they would do that.
We're not. We're 9-point dogs.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, and with the same time we're playing basketball, so it's you need to have two TVs. That's why you have two eyes. God gave us two eyes to watch Georgia State against JMU and Georgia State.
So maybe I will miss that game because I would rather watch football on TV than watch basketball live.
You'd rather watch us lose in football
on the big screen in the convocation center.
They can't even get player stats on those big screens in the convocation center. Do you think they're going to get a football game in there?
They're getting super close to it, though.
I watched the Braves on those big screen TVs one time.
That's not player stats.
I know, but it's another sporting event. That's the point.
Okay.
Basketball on the court, football on the screens.
I don't care about the basketball stats. I want to watch football on those TVs. I don't like you're telling me something I don't care about. I'm prioritizing the football.
And can they play the sound from the football game over the sound system while the basketball game is going?
Man, Tim's got it. And if they can do that, they should just put Dave Cohen on the sound system too.
There you go. Same time. I'm all for it. Let's do it.
We're like solving all the problems here today. We're reinventing athletics right now, and no one's listening. It sucks.
No.
What do you mean? Everyone listens to us. They don't do anything.
Athletics people, they're not listening. They don't care. They don't care what we have to say. It's fine.
Oh, they're listening. they're just not paying attention.
They're just not
That's
caring.
right. Yeah. They hear it, but they don't listen. It's different.
We
It's
know they're
different.
listening.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't see me that well.
I got some things to say at some point about that. I don't know.
Ooh, last call material. It sounds like.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I think we're last call already, right?
Yeah.
35 minutes in, maybe. Yeah, sure.
You're 35. Yeah, I mean,
Do we beat James Madison? We can talk about that. What do you guys think? I think we pull out a win.
Of course we do. Of course we do. We lose to Monroe last week, and of course we're going to beat James Madison. Of course we
That's
are.
how it
And then we'll go to Marshall and we'll get blown out or something. That's just the way Georgia State works. That being said, I do want to beat James Madison. They're the move up, and they came in so strong. They're like on a huge losing streak right now, right? Like they've lost like the last 4 or 5 games or something.
They have.
So
they won their last one, but they're on a 3-game losing streak before that. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously they're going to beat us, but yeah, I want to beat them. They were such pompous, arrogant fans in the offseason. When the announcement was made about them moving up, and I didn't want them to move up with us at least. So yeah, I want to beat the snot out of them. By a lot. Beating them by a field goal in the closing seconds is not good enough. I want to beat the ever living snot out of them this weekend, but we'll lose. We're going to lose. I think I started that conversation by saying we were going to beat them.
You did.
I finished it with saying we're going to lose.
Flip a coin. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. This team, and I've said it. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast. I've said it at the tailgate though. We can win against any team, and we can lose against any team.
I do want to win against them and Marshall so that we beat all 4 of the new teams. That was a big thing for me. We got to beat at least. I want to win all of them.
I want to win all of them. I want
to win all of them. But if we can beat at least one of these 2 teams, that means we would have beaten 3 of the 4 new teams. And all right, that's a very, 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 very low check mark on a positive season.
Indeed.
Okay.
Wow, that fell.
Sick.
Wait, if we beat both of them, we'll beat all 4, right? Yeah.
If we beat both of them, we beat all 4.
I like that. 4.
I want to
just lose to the normal people.
I just want to win 12. You know? I mean, is that too much to ask?
I have a topic about Coastal for last call. Remind me of that. I don't think it's appropriate for this. I'll probably forget about it. So yeah. It sucks that the games are the same time.
Yeah, that does suck. I didn't actually realize that. I had it on my calendar as like we were at JMU, and so I didn't really have the time booked off, but that does suck. I don't know if I'm going to go to I really want to watch the football game more. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, football game starts first. So you could you could watch the first quarter of football, go watch the first half of basketball, and then go back home and watch the end of the football game.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you have that flexibility. You live so close, but yeah.
Do we want to talk about the chili cook-off? I mean, that was big news. We
did. That was great.
It was awesome.
So much chili. So many.
Big success.
Oh, it was a success. It was a success, big time. We shout out to Paula for her first place win. And her win, like it wasn't even close. Like second, third, and fourth place, 1-2 votes difference. Paula beat out second place by 11
votes.
11 votes. Yeah, it was not even close. She killed it. It was my favorite chili. I turned in chili, and it was my favorite chili that she turned in. So
nice.
Yeah, so it was good. But we had what come to 13
chilies.
13 and some boiled peanuts apparently.
Some weren't really chilies, but whatever.
Well, we had
one was not really a chili.
We had gumbo or jumbo.
It was good though. Gumbo.
Warhawk chili is what it was called, but it was
good gumbo.
It was gumbo.
It was good. I enjoyed it, but it was not chili.
I made my very first chili ever, and people liked it, I think.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
It just was a little less traditional than people were used to, and so they I got about half the votes of the winning 3. I don't know. I counted them. It was in the teens.
Yeah, you
The
did.
number
I think
13 chili, though, that was the sneaky,
spicy.
spicy one.
Spicy.
well,
Yeah.
that came
It got a
from
bunch of votes for that.
that came from Justin, and that was a spicy. That was, and he's a firefighter, and so I think it's very appropriate that he had the spiciest chili that we had, and it was a very latent spice. Like
Slow burn.
He'll be a solid arsonist. Like the firefighters, they know how to set fires. It was a slow burn. It was good.
So I posted up at the end there so that I could see people trying my chili. I just wanted to see kind of their reactions and stuff. Because like I said, it was my very first chili. I was pretty intrigued. And people with his chili, though, kept coming back. I was convinced it was going to win because people were like, most folks were like, man, this is good. And there were people coming back for seconds and thirds. And like they liked his chili a lot. So I don't know.
It was good. It was just spicy. It was just like that was like a ooh. I need a cracker or some cheese to go with this. Yeah. That was good. I think it was a success. I think that Tim and I were talking about this coming out of it. We can probably figure out a little bit better logistics on how to do the tastings and the judging and everything. But and maybe we make it into a charity event next year, raise some money for something.
Yeah,
maybe
cool.
maybe we pay for those flags we need for the cheer squad that Ryan hates so much.
The flags, not the cheer squad.
Both. You hate both.
Cheer squad's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
They need flags.
Nah.
They need massive flags. All right. Let's over to last call.
All right.
Are you guys good with that?
Sure.
All right, cool guys. Thanks very for listening. We're gonna go to last call, which is where we drink more, talk more candidly. Ryan can drop all of his F bombs and S bombs.
I dropped half.
They're doing it
here, so.
And P bombs and C bombs and the entire alphabet bombs the entire time. And you can find it on our Patreon page at patreon.com/DaveAtlanta. It is free. If you do choose to join our Patreon, you get it early access and access to our private group chat and all kinds of other cool stuff that we do. Encourage you to consider doing that. You can do it for as little as $3. We can help a couple of spots left at the $3 range, and then it goes up to $5 and more. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll find you on last call. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.